It was a night that no one in Las Vegas will soon forget. Inside the glowing lights of Kelly Clarkson's studio sessions residency, fans expected music, emotion, and laughter. But what they got was something far more raw and powerful. The pop superstar, known for her powerhouse vocals and no-nonsense attitude, took a fiery moment on stage to call out an ex-manager who, years ago, dared to suggest she should get a boob job. The crowd roared with laughter, shock, and admiration as Kelly unleashed her unfiltered truth in a moment that instantly went viral. "I had some manager one time tell me to get a boob job," Kelly Clarkson began, pausing for dramatic effect. The audience gasped and laughed nervously. Then with a smirk and the kind of sass that only Kelly could deliver, she fired back, "And I was like, why don't you get a dick job?" The crowd erupted, cameras flashed, fans screamed. The internet, moments later, exploded. That one-liner was more than a clapback, it was a declaration. It was a woman reclaiming her power in an industry that has too often told women how to look, act, and live. Kelly wasn't just making a joke, she was making a statement. "I'm fucking my itty-bitty," she laughed, adding, "Get out of here." The room filled with energy. You could feel the catharsis in her words. Honest, bold, and unapologetically her. This wasn't a rehearsed media stunt. This was Kelly Clarkson, live on stage, talking straight from her heart. She went on to reflect on the insanity of those kinds of comments in the entertainment business. "I just was like, who says that? People say that. They say it all the time to people in the industry. They say the craziest stuff. I'm like, this is not normal. You've normalized crazy." And she's right. For decades, Hollywood and the music industry have perpetuated impossible beauty standards. For every woman like Kelly who stands up and refuses to play along, there are countless others who have been told to fix something that was never broken in the first place. Kelly didn't hold back as she expanded on her point, painting a vivid picture of what the entertainment world has become. "Everybody out here looking like they're in the Capitol in the Hunger Games," she said, sparking laughter from fans who knew exactly what she meant. Just like, welcome, welcome, calm down, just get old, be glad. Not everybody gets to get old, you know what I'm saying? That line, be glad. Not everybody gets to get old. Hit differently. Beneath the jokes and the laughter was deep wisdom and grief. Kelly Clarkson has been through an emotional roller coaster over the past few years, from her painful divorce to the loss of her ex-husband, Brandon Blackstock, who tragically passed away after a battle with melanoma. "I miss him," Kelly admitted quietly during another part of her Vegas performance. "We miss him every minute." The audience fell silent. You could feel the weight of her words, the emotion behind her usually bright smile. Brandon Blackstock wasn't just her ex-husband. He was the father of her two beloved children, and part of a complicated family dynamic that connected Kelly to another music legend, Reba McEntire. Reba McEntire, who was married to Brandon's father, Narvel Blackstock, for 26 years, remains incredibly close with Kelly and the kids. Despite the tangled family ties and the heartbreak that has shadowed them, Kelly and Reba's bond remains strong. A source close to the family shared that they've been bonding together, hanging out with each other, and taking it one day at a time. As Reba herself put it recently, "We know God's got this." The tragic loss of Brandon Blackstock clearly left a lasting mark on Kelly's heart, and her Vegas shows have become a kind of healing therapy for her and for her fans. She took a few months off in August to grieve, regroup, and find her balance again. And now, standing under the bright lights of her Las Vegas residency, she's channeling all that pain into performance, laughter, and authenticity. That's what makes Kelly Clarkson different. She's not a pop princess chasing perfection. She's a real woman, living life, making mistakes, and finding humor in the heartbreak. She doesn't just sing about emotions. She embodies them. In her fiery on-stage rant, she reminded everyone that she's done taking nonsense from anyone, especially people who think they can control her image. Do you, but don't make me do you," she quipped. "Hey, and I like my A's. They serve me well. I ain't got time, like I have a life." That's vintage Kelly, honest, hilarious, and perfectly comfortable in her own skin. The audience roared, and you could tell many women in the room felt empowered by her words. In a world obsessed with cosmetic perfection, Kelly's message was refreshing. Confidence isn't found under a surgeon's knife. It's found in self-acceptance. Over the years, Kelly Clarkson has built her brand on authenticity. From her early days winning American Idol to hosting The Kelly Clarkson Show, she's always been open about her struggles with body image, mental health, and self-worth. She's never hidden behind the glossy facade that so many celebrities maintain. That vulnerability has earned her legions of fans who see themselves in her journey. Her Vegas residency studio sessions has become more than just a concert series. It's a safe space for honesty, laughter, and a bit of savage truth-telling. And that's exactly what this moment was. A fearless pop icon standing on stage, telling the world that she's not here to conform. She's here to perform, as herself. After the fiery exchange, Kelly lightened the mood again, joking with the crowd. "Okay, cool, you don't like me? Awesome, next." Her carefree shrug said it all. She's done chasing approval, she's done apologizing for being herself, and she's done letting anyone define her worth. This evolution of Kelly Clarkson, from pop sensation to empowered truth-teller, has been remarkable to watch. She's weathered heartbreak, judgment, loss, and pressure, yet she stands taller than ever. Her humor has become her armor, her honesty her weapon, and her voice, both literally and metaphorically, remains her greatest gift. And it's not just her fans who've noticed. Industry peers and insiders have quietly admired how Kelly has handled her public and private battles. One insider close to the singer reportedly said, "Kelly's always been the real deal. She's one of the few artists who doesn't play the Hollywood game. What you see is exactly what you get. And that's why people love her." In a sea of polished perfection and PR-trained celebrities, Kelly Clarkson continues to be a breath of fresh air. Her willingness to be imperfect, funny, and brutally honest is exactly what makes her timeless. As her Las Vegas residency nears its end, fans are hoping this isn't the last they'll see of Kelly's savage humor and fearless heart. Her setlist might include her greatest hits, but it's these unscripted, unfiltered moments that truly make her shows unforgettable. Because beyond the spotlight, beyond the glitz and glamour, Kelly Clarkson has always been, and still is, one of us. A woman navigating life's chaos, laughing through the pain, and standing tall against judgment. And when she stood on that stage, proudly declaring that she loves herself exactly as she is, she wasn't just speaking for herself, she was speaking for every person who's ever been told they weren't enough. "Get old, be glad, not everybody gets to get old," she said with a smile. Those words, wrapped in humor, carried the weight of experience, love, and loss. As she closed the night with her iconic anthem, "Stronger, What Doesn't Kill You," the crowd knew they had witnessed more than a concert. They'd witnessed a reclamation. A woman standing in her power, unshaken by the opinions of others. And that's the magic of Kelly Clarkson. A voice that doesn't just sing, it speaks.